Welcome back to Praxis Test Prep. If you are new here, we're all about helping you pass your teacher certification exams with ease and confidence. Today, I want to tackle things from a bit of a different angle and focus on my top 5 mistakes to avoid when taking the Praxis Core Writing exam. These insights come from years of working with Praxis test takers and hearing what went well and what didn't on test day. Ready to get started and learn what not to do? Let's jump right in. For many of us, the 2 essays are the scariest and most challenging portion of the exam because they feel so open-ended and challenging to prepare for. I'm going to let you in on a secret, though. The essays are the most systematic part of the exam. Why? Because your score here is based mostly on how you write and not what you write. The test writers want to see a straightforward essay structure and not organizing your essay into a clear instruction, body, and conclusion can lead to a disjointed and confusing response. Always outline your essay before writing to ensure a logical flow of ideas. Quick tip, do not try and reinvent the wheel. Stick to a basic 3 to 5 paragraph structure that starts with an introduction that states your opinion, moves on to a series of body paragraphs that provide evidence in support of your opinion, and then wraps up with a conclusion that simply summarizes your opinion. Once you've gotten past the essays, most of the rest of the exam will focus on your ability to proofread sample writing and identify grammatical errors. This includes things like subject-verb agreement, pronoun antecedent agreement, correct verb tenses, correct apostrophe use, and proper punctuation. Some of these grammatical rules can get very nuanced, and it is important that you have a strong understanding of them and how they might be incorrectly used in a student's writing. Quick tip, when asked to proofread a sentence, start by reading through the entire sentence with an ear to anything that sounds out of place. Often, you can identify the error by simply identifying which portion of the sentence sounds unnatural to you or forced you to pause or stumble over your words. The Praxis Core Writing exam does not penalize you for getting questions wrong, so the easiest thing that you can do to maximize your score is to make sure that you answer every question. Even if you are completely stumped by the question and have no idea where to even begin, you should always guess, because even a 20% chance of getting the question right is better than 0. Also, make sure to keep this in mind when thinking about how much time you have for the exam. The Praxis Core Writing exam is a timed 100-minute exam, and you will want to leave at least 5 minutes at the end to ensure that you can submit an answer for every question. Many of our test takers understand that they should guess, but find themselves stuck on harder questions and run out of time before they can get through every question. Avoid this by keeping an eye on the clock and ensuring that you set aside time at the end to submit guesses for any questions you haven't gotten to yet. Quick tip, practice with full-length time tests to get used to the pacing. Develop a strategy for guessing intelligently on questions you're unsure about, such as eliminating clearly wrong answers first. Speaking of time management, it's very easy to get stuck on a single question. Don't do that. This test is specifically designed to not just test your knowledge, but also your speed. For the multiple choice portion of the exam, you're given 40 minutes to answer 40 questions, which is only 1 minute per question. That means if you ever do spend more than 1 minute on a single question, you are now eating into your valuable time on each remaining question. I generally recommend that if you hit the 2-minute mark and still don't know the answer, then just guess and move on. If you have time at the end, you can always come back, but your first priority should be to give yourself a chance to carefully read through and answer each question on the test. Many of us have missed easy questions simply because we were rushing, and that time pressure only gets worse if you allow 1 or 2 hard questions to take up too much of your time. Quick tip, use a timer during practice sessions to keep track of how long you spend on each question. Train yourself to move on after a set time and mark questions for review if time allows at the end. Last but not least is not preparing for the test environment. It's one thing to solve problems leisurely on your own. It is another to do it in a timed and controlled setting. And whether you choose to take your praxis in a testing center or to take it at home, It's important that you prepare for test day by simulating the testing environment while you practice. That means timing your practice sessions using only approved materials and taking breaks only as allowed during the actual test. This may sound a bit intense, but trust me, forcing yourself to sit down for a full-length practice test at least once before your formal exam date will make you feel so much more comfortable and confident on test day. And there you have it, my top 5 mistakes to avoid when taking the Praxis Core Writing exam. If you would like to join our community of educators, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our Praxis test prep tips and strategies. Also, feel free to comment down below with any questions that we haven't answered yet in our video series. If you are looking for more Praxis test prep tips and techniques, check out our other videos. We are adding more videos to this channel every week as we tackle more of your questions, and don't forget to head over to study.com and consider one of our comprehensive Praxis test prep courses. Happy studying, and we'll see you in our next video.